back, and we are stuck in rocks. You know, as stupid as this game is, it's strangely addictive. Not addictive. I use that word way too much. Every time I describe a game that has me coming back to it, I call it addictive. It's not addictive. I'm not addicted to the game. It's silly. A lot of game reviewers will say that. Oh, it's very addictive. Like, we want to be addicted. And that's a good sign of a game. No. It's fun. That should be the measure. I mean, is it fun? Now I will admit, this isn't really fun. Yo, haha, great. It's more like, quieting. It's a quieting type of game. Let's see where I'm at here. When I'm not being haunted by BTs, that is. Let's see. So we're looking at a forecast right now. I just remembered how to do that. Just the process, or the chore, if you will, of making deliveries as a delivery guy. This is kind of, you know, go from point A to point B. Try to avoid the bad guys. We're almost there. I mean, seriously, it's a moonscape. Basically, I'm driving across a moonscape. What used to be lush farmland and crops, and, you know, it looks like a volcanic wasteland. I'm serious, it's like a volcanic wasteland. But it's stark in that way. I like it. Maybe that's why I like it. It's that stark, moon-like atmosphere that in certain parts of this game that I don't know why there's a bridge here, but what the hell, might as well take it. Apparently people like it. So, you know, I think this is where I'm supposed to be with this. I'm supposed to go over here. Which I've been here before. This is...
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. There we go.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected.
Now, if I had a rocket pack on me, so I could just like
Sam Porter Bridges.
take off like Rocket Man, now that would be cool. All right, now I believe this is it. Make delivery? Apparently not. Okay, fine. Where am I supposed to go? Oh. Well, I'm in the right place. I just don't have it with me. It's in my truck. Open cargo. Truck. Where's my stuff, man? I don't have it. It's right there. On the truck. Well, blow me down. Alright, let's see. What should I be delivering? Let's go look at the order. Deliver fragile coral ornaments. Fragile coral ornaments. Lake Knot City. Auto deliver. Oh, it's an auto delivery. It's an auto delivery. That's already happening. Duh. I get it. Okay, I got it. Well, as long as I'm here, might as well. Take an order. That's fine. We can deliver some furniture, I suppose. Okay. And I don't need anything. Yeah, there you go. And confirm that. Head out. Okay.
Order assigned.
Alright, here we go. Let's go deliver this junk. It's not junk. It is junk. There. Okay. So the other two missions that I have there, they're not missions that I complete. They are missions
Weapons restrictions lifted.
that let's the robot completes. I'm eating these things called miracle noodles. I put tomato soup, the good stuff. I mean, the real good tomato soup that you get it at the store, homemade. And I put that like with these, and then I boil off the water excess, and it makes for a nice tomato sauce. The reason they call them miracle noodles is they are zero carb noodles. And I swear this is just like eating spaghetti. I mean, it tastes really good. It doesn't have the sweetness that you find like with some tomato sauces, but I don't like sweet in my tomato sauces. I like sweet with ice cream, but not tomato sauce. So just using Campbell's soup. And I have some arugula. Arugula. I'm gonna try using that to sop up the excess. Not bad. Oh yeah. Yep. That's good. But I do love my miracle noodles. By the way, I did notice this. I want to show you this. I just run over somebody. Where's it at? Oh, there. Is that it?
Keep on keeping up.
Two thumbs up. Happy smiley baby face. Looks like some dude lifting weights with that one. Let's see if I can find one. Aha! Look at this. Whoops.
Beginning scan.
Black Lives Matter! Black
Verifying
Lives Matter!
ID.
Black Lives Matter!
Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
I better
All clear.
like it.
Welcome.
They'll
Sam,
cancel
Border
me.
Bridges.
Black Lives Matter.
Weapons
Thank God.
restrictions lifted.
Marxism. I tell you, the Democrats are desperate for votes. I mean, it's their base, man. You know, it's like if 40% of society all of a sudden turned neo-Nazi, you know, the right, the Republicans would have to support them because they're who else are they? That's their constituency is 40% or 30% or whatever it is.
Someone's happy.
Is, you know, a bunch of Marxists, and they don't even know it. They're too dumb to know it. The leaders know it, what they're getting them to do, the path that they're leading these people down. Those people know it. Oh, it's Marxism. It's just a summer of love to the all the protesters. Oh, yeah, let's go protest. They don't know what they're protesting, even.
ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be
His
locked.
voice is very soothing, the computer guy that scans me here. It's like, oh yeah. It's the future. Alright. Made another delivery. Yahoo. Oh Lord. Let's see.
Sam, it's good to see you.
Oh, that's the
I
incest
appreciate you
couple.
making the trip.
Wow, just look at it all.
This is more than enough to
It's
cover us.
Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Christmas. Oh well. It's Christmas.
There's something we'd like you to have.
This is for you. You got room for it?
Oh, I get gold bars. Junk dealer wishes to express their gratitude. Custom chiral ladder. Ooh, well. Okay. There we have it.
Come by again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Sam.
Good work. New order available.
That's there's their materials. Ooh. Resins, metals. There we go.
time.
Take care.
Take care. I think I'm gonna just... thought I saw a place to... Where was it? Well, let's go look at the forecast. Oh, we're on the edge of it, okay. So we'll go straight through here. Okay. Hopefully we won't hit anything. Oh, whoops. Well, at least the rocket was there to stop me. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll go inside for a little while. Enter private room.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
Well, let's see here. What's on YouTube?
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
The Angry Prepper uploaded the pussification of prepping. I gotta listen to this. The pussification of prepping. God, is that funny? Let's see. I might as well take a shower. There we go. This is kind of weird, actually. Skip.
EX grenade number 0.
So today's episode is going to be another discussion, and it's going to talk about the pussification of prepping and or preppers.
September
So I
2019.
came out with
All right.
this idea for this video because I started seeing a lot of, I guess, soft exercises or activities involving prepping.
What's that
Now,
mean?
by no means am I saying, you know, today, get in your car with your bug out bag and survive in the wilderness for, you know,
Oh, get
a
out
week
of
or
here.
two. No. But if you're going to practice prepping, if you're going to practice your outdoor skills, you have to get outdoors, right? You have to get out there and understand the wilderness. You have to understand your environment, the weather, what the landscape looks like when it rains and or snows. So you have to get out there in the most uncomfortable environment and get to know it, right? So that being said, there's a couple groups that started here in New York City just recently. One here in New York City, there's another one in Jersey. Both of them are not willing to do the exercises it takes to prep, if you will, right? So meaning they're not going to go out there and do bug out weekends and get dirty. They're not going to go out there in the wintertime, pitch a tent or build a shelter and survive in that shelter overnight. Now, prepping is not just preparing for a disaster to happen. The way I run the group is you learn survival skills in case you you get stuck out in the wilderness as well, right? So it's not just pertaining to zombie apocalypse or an epidemic or some kind of bad earthquake. It's just skills that you probably might need sometime in your lifetime if you go outdoors a lot, right? So we teach a variety of skills within the NYC Preppers Network. The other groups that started, I hate to call them out on it, but I am. They're posers. They're posing in the worst way because all they're doing is making it a meeting ground for other preppers, but they're not exploring their skills. They're not honing their skills. They're not toughening themselves to what it would be like to be in a shitty situation, right? So a couple of us in this group, we've done that. We put ourselves in shitty situations that really didn't need to be, but nonetheless, we tested our skills. We tested our survival skills. We tested our patience with being out there. We tested our level of dealing with cold. How cold can you get before we crack and leave, right? And I got down to, or we've gotten down to, I think the coldest was minus 20 degrees, right? Or minus 21, something like that. That was probably 3 years ago in the Catskills. So now I know where my threshold is with a lot of shit, right? And a couple of us know where our threshold is. But if you're going to start a group, your group has to be able to do the dirty shit. You have to be able to put yourselves in a shitty situation. You have to be able to, come out on the other end going, man, that sucked ass, but I learned X, Y, and Z. Right? So the other thing with going out there is you always have to learn something coming back home. You can't just go out there and make it a camping trip and call yourself a prepper group, because then all you are is a camping group, right? Making filet mignons and shrimp scampi and all of those nice little meals are great if you're doing gathering. But if you are doing a bug out weekend, who the hell eats filet mignon on the bug out weekend, right? Who is going to eat a filet mignon bugging out? So, I mean, unless you have that kind of packing skills and your meat salted or whatever it is, maybe. But to be realistic, are you really going to set up that grill and fire and eat like that while you're bugging out when you're trying to get to point A to point B? No, you're not, right? So you can't have a group that's not going to get dirty, is not going to get it done. There are a lot of prepper groups that started out here like that, and they all failed, all right? They didn't get the job done. They didn't do what the customers wanted or the members wanted, sorry. They did the easy route, the easy shit, right? And in my group, we started doing the easy shit. But actually, we did some of the easy shit, and I got tired of it. Now, I don't run the group like a military personnel. We don't get up at the crack of dawn and cracking the whip and all that crazy shit. But I do try to test the members in a way that if you end up in a situation, you're going to be able to handle it, right? Just don't panic and you'll figure it out. But again, the two groups that started out here, there's one downtown, they're just going to sit around in a room and talk about prepping. But you can't talk about it all the time. You have to initiate some of these exercises. You actually have to get outdoor and be cold, get wet, get a little nervous. I mean, this is what prepping is. Prepping is far beyond staying home and just, waiting for a disaster to happen. Prepping is also getting your skills honed in so that if you have to actually use it, you can, and you can do it without missing a beat. So, that being said, there are also a lot of other preppers online, either YouTube or run a blog, who don't get dirty. They don't get it done. They sit there and they pretend. They go in their backyard. And when I mean their backyard, they probably go 20, 30 yards into the brush line, and then that's their bug out weekend. It's not how it works, right? You got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. It's just that simple. And I learned that from a bunch of ex-Navy SEALs. When Navy SEALs or Special Forces train, they put themselves in shady situations because that is the situation they're going to end up in. At least with them, that is going to happen to them. They're going to be in a shitty situation. With us, I do get the other side of the coin of not wanting to practice your skills that hard or put yourselves in that kind of situation because we, as preppers, campers, outdoorsmen, are less likely to be in that situation. But, nonetheless, you can end up in that situation if you're an avid outdoors person, right? So, that being said, if you look at some of my outdoor videos, you see that I put myself in a shitty situation, night after night, and it sucked. That was another rant about the pacification of prepping. You guys are going to see it. Be careful with the groups you join. All right, do your research on the groups. Make sure you know the background of the members when you're joining their group. Just don't join a group because you're like, oh, another prepper group close to home. Yes, they could be close to home, but just do your research. Pay attention to what they do, how they move, and what they say. That is the most important thing you can do. I'm not saying don't join any of these groups like the guys downtown, the guys in Jersey. I am not saying don't join them. What I'm saying is pay close attention to what they say and how they move. That's going to give you a hint on what they're really about and what they're willing to do. Alright guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel. Alright guys, thank you for watching.
Sandwich bag. Tip it on an angle, tie it, twist it up, kind of heart-shaped. This is a real cool trick. Looks like it's going. Fire with a sandwich bag. That's a good one. Hi, I'm Greg Ovens, and this is Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. Greg Ovens here, Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. So, we're going to go bush for one day with one item. I'm not bringing any fishing tackle, any hooks. We're going to make a bed out of moss, blanket out of moss. I hope to achieve fire, and I'm not going to tell you what my one item is. Sandwich bag. I'm just going to leave you guessing. You're going to have to keep watching the video to see what the one item is. But we will be able to forage wild plants because there's quite a few around. So if I have to rely on plants, that's the way it is. But we're going to do one day, one item. Hopefully catch fish and start a fire. I forgot to mention, I am bringing my Defender. This is grizzly country. I mean, you don't want to get stuck out here in the middle of the night sleeping on the ground with no Defender. That is not my one item. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm not a big fan of bear spray. I've heard horror stories where people had bear spray, the wind was the wrong, they got it in their own eyes, still ended up getting attacked. So, I'm not into that. So, we got to determine what our priorities are. Making a bed in a spot in case it rains is important. Under a big tree, probably. If I get a fire going, I can heat up some rocks and we go from there. So I'm thinking maybe a spot like this between these two trees, I can clear the branches. The needles will be easy to move. I think even if it rained, I'd be okay under here. I came to this particular area to do this video because it's rare to find thick, lush forests like this in the Rockies. We got lots of moss. I see sarsaparilla, bunchberry, a few plants, but none of the berries are ready this time of year. But currants over there. But anyway, none of the berries are ready. But I'm sure I'll forage some plants somewhere along the line here. This is sarsaparilla. bunch berries. The berries are perfectly edible, lots of vitamin C, but there's no berries right now. And this is false Solomon seal. You can eat the berries, make a tea from the leaves, and the roots are similar to onion. There's some controversy with Solomon seal that it should be cooked though, so do your research on these plants, don't just take my word for it. So I cleaned one of the roots from the false Solomon seal, excuse me. I find they taste like onion quite a bit. So I'm not afraid to use the plants that I'm confident in, but like I say, make sure you do your research. Some plants will affect other people differently than other people too, so man alive, make sure you know your plants. Don't just go out in the bush because you saw my video and start eating stuff. I like them. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. Crazy. I'm gonna search around for maybe something a little different because there's carpenter ants and they keep coming through. I don't really see a good spot for a fire without maybe the risk of a forest fire, so I'll try to find a spot that maybe has some rocks and the moss and everything that I need. Right here, I think this might do. Big old spruce. And I'll show you what I got in mind. So I'll make my bed here. It doesn't look too bad as it is. Once I get my moss in here. But it should stay dry even if it rains here. And it's soft here. Okay. Now I probably won't be able to have my fire right here to heat up rocks for my bed or anything. A lot of needles. Dangerous to have a fire near this. But the creek is right here. No carpenter ants. Got a big log here. Should prevent me from rolling. I think this will work just fine. I like this thick moss in these big forests, old growth like this. I'll have to transplant that guy, I guess. I already have a soft surface in a way with the pine needles, but there's nothing like a moss bed, I find. You make it as thick as you want. Like, oh, it's already nice and soft. But I'm going to make it a lot thicker yet.